Hey guys, we are back with some more Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager, and at this one we're going to get the regular season of year number 7 underway. And I'll show you guys the lines here, as I did rearrange them a little bit from when we last saw them. So the first line is going to be Panarin, Veleno, and Smith as usual. And second line, Reiko Pokinen, Carl Fors, and Stefan Larsson. With the subtraction of Jacob Silverberg in the offseason, we had to move someone up. And it is Stefan Larsson, as he had a phenomenal rookie year, 66 points on the third line. So unfortunately, that breaks up the la-la-la line, but for good reason. So Lapalainen, Lazaro, and Svetlov will be the third line, as Svetlov has about the same speed, 96, as Larsson does. So I figure that line might have some of the same chemistry that they did last year with Larsson there. But instead, this year it has Svetlov. And the fourth line is Thompson, Trelaw, and Teemu Pukkanen. And then you have Krug and Larson, York and Theodore, Miller and Brandstrom, and then Reimer and Rubin as our goaltenders. And all the power play, penalty kill, even strength, that's all computer generated lines. I'm not going to touch it for right now because I've just had terrible luck with trying to find a balance of the power play and the penalty kill in this file. It's either one or the other. I seemingly can't have both. So we're going to listen to our assistant coaches there. And then Jack Harris, Jet Wu, and Andre Kucera will be the scratches for the start of the season. Just going to make sure the jersey numbers, everything's good here. And captains, yep, we're all set. Okay, so we still have one more preseason game to do with the Canucks. I ended the last episode prematurely. I forgot there was one more game. I didn't realize it. So we'll just get through that right now. And that will be a 6-3 win over the Canucks. Thompson, Veleno, York, Panarin, Thompson, and Reiko Pokinen with the goals. Very nice. So now we'll simulate up a few days here, and we should be seeing the season preview here in a minute. Oh, here it is. So we are... Where are we? Hello? Vegas Golden Knights. We are 19th. Our MVP is Joe Veleno, and our key rival is Jack Harris. I'm surprised we're not in the top 10 after finishing second in the entire league in the playoffs last year. So we're going to have to prove people wrong once again. And Larsson is injured for 3 weeks with a hip flexor strain. That is unfortunate. We're going to have to start the season without Adam Larsson. And that is not good, as he is one of our top defensive defensemen. So we're going to have to fill in, I guess, either Jet Wu or Jack Harris is going in there for the start of the season. I would rather give Wu the start since he is a homegrown prospect. So a little bit of favoritism here. But we're going to have to take Larsson out. What am I doing here? Oh, my. Yeah, there you go. Not having Wu on the first defensive pair, however. We'll get Theodore up there with Krug. And then Miller up here with York, so then it'll be Wu and Brandstrom. So Ryan Strome services, he's still a free agent. Now, we don't need anybody at this point, I don't believe, as we have a pretty deep farm system when it comes to the forwards. And as far as defense goes, we have 2 pretty solid backup defensemen with us on our roster. And here's all the preliminary draft rankings and top goalies. Matt Murray, Andrei Vasilevsky, Sergei Bobrovsky, Braden Holtby, Carey Price, Martin Jones, Connor Hellebuck, Robin Lehner, Igor Shesterkin, and John Gibson. Top defensemen, Erik Karlsson, Drew Doughty, Victor Hedman, Aaron Ekblad, Jared McIsaac of the Kings, Alex Pietrangelo, Lasse Olsen, Brent Burns, Aurelien Boucheret of the Devils, and Roman Josi. Top left wingers, Jamie Benn, Adam Masherin, Brad Marchand, Ellie Tolvanen, Johnny Gaudreau, Philip Forsberg, Taylor Hall, Nick Ritchie, Matthew Tkachuk, and Max Domi. Top centers, Crosby, McDavid, Eichel, Tavares, Sagan, Stamkos, Matthews, yeah, basically all the same names. Scheifele, Backstrom, and Middlestat. There's a new one, I believe, anyway. I haven't seen that name before on the top centers list. Patrick Kane is the top right winger, followed by Kucherov, Tarasenko, Manisto of the Ducks, Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely a draft pick. I've never heard that name before. David Pasternak, Hans Wahlberg, once again another name I haven't heard of. But he appears to be a real player as he started playing in year number 1. And then Andrei Svechnikov, Victor Josephson, August Corvo, and Sam Reinhart. Prospects: Stu Mansfield of the Oilers, Neil Frank of the Blues, Vahama of the Stars, Kawisakaran Cross. I remember him. Yeah, he was... Yeah, the Flyers. Apparently he's still a prospect. He played in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, though. If I remember that correctly. Yeah, he did. He played in the... Yeah, he played in the playoffs for the Flyers, but apparently not in the regular season just yet. So, interesting there. Guess they called him up when juniors was over. And then Jason Routier for the Sharks, Emmett Nolan for the Maple Leafs, Mikko Tiainen for the Hurricanes, Zach Roth for the Sharks, Ian Sapinski for the Blackhawks, and Anthony Hamill for the Hurricanes. So Teemu Pulkkinen's injured with a groin strain now. I didn't even have to look at the messages. I just looked at my roster. Then, boom, all of a sudden, Teemu Pulkkinen's injured. And as is Jack Harris, even though he hasn't played, cut hand. That'll be better by tomorrow. So I guess Kusera's going in there for the start of the season as well. Fits right in there on the 4th line. And somehow our average club salary is now at $66 million. I don't know whether that's because I put Larson on the IR or... I'm not sure what's going on there, but I guess we'll find out once we take Larson off the IR. Oh my. Harris suffers injury. Yep, cut hand. Teemu Pulkkinen out 10 days. We know all that. So let's just get to the start of the regular season here, and we will simulate at least a month. Oh, Four's injured now? Jeez, dude. 3 weeks for an ankle ligament sprain. Alright, 7-day IR for you. Jeez. Anybody else want to get injured while you're at it? And let's view the first game of the year. And for some reason, the time isn't going the way it's supposed to go. Yep, I believe we're all good now. So Veleno scored from Smith and Panarin. There you go, that's more like it. And then Reichel Pulkkinen from Veleno and Miller. And then there you go, 4-0 shutout victory for your Vegas Golden Knights. Veleno from Larson and Brandstrom on the power play. And then Svetlov from York and Lapalainen. And we take the first game of the season against the Avalanche. Game against the Coyotes. That will be a shootout loss. 4-3 loss. Smith, Thompson, and Lazaro with the goals. Larson with the goal in the shootout. But Keller and Reeder with the goals for the Arizona Coyotes to win it for them in the shootout. Game against the Coyotes once again, and that will be a 4-1 win this time. Reichel Pulkkinen, Kusera with his first NHL point and goal. Very nice. Reichel Pulkkinen again, and then Svetlov on the power play for a 4-1 victory. So, milestone there for Andrei Kusera. Veleno out for a few days. I didn't mean it when I said just keep getting injured. That's not good. Oh man, look at all these injuries already, dude. Teemu Pulkkinen, Carl Fors, Adam Larson, Joe Veleno now for a few days as well. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. We've lost our top two centers. Okay, so Kupari come up. And we need another one. We need another one here. I'm going to say it's got to be a center. It has to be. Soderlund. He was pretty close to making the roster out of camp. Oh, actually, Gabby Bishop. Yeah, we'll try Bishop. Why not? So, going back to the roster now. Bishop and Kupari get in there. And wow. No Veleno and no Force really puts us in a tough spot here. So we'll get Bishop in here for right now, and we'll get Kupari in here. But we'll switch Kupari and Lazaro, and oh man, look at our center depth after Lazaro with Fors and Veleno injured. Afterwards, it's Bishop, Kupari, and Treloar, all rookies. I mean, you still got Lapalainen and Svetlov, who could technically play center. I mean, half the players on this team could play center, it seems like. I mean, geez, look at this. So we really didn't even need to bring up centers, technically. We could have bring up wingers. I don't want to force Bishop right onto the second line is the thing. Yeah, you know, I'm going to send... I might send Bishop back down. Because I forgot how many forwards are able to play center on this team. I might bring up Niels... Yeah, I'm going to bring up Blomqvist. He had a solid preseason. And I will send down Bishop once again. Sorry for the tease there, bud. Get Blomqvist in. So now, do I want Kupari up here as well? Yeah, Kupari is good enough. Kupari is definitely good enough. Let's just... I guess for right now, since we have so many key players injured, let's just go best lines for the assistant coach. So it'd be Panarin, Lazaro, Smith, Reiko Pokinen, Larson, and Thompson, Blomqvist, Svetlov, Lapalena, and then Trelor, Kusera, Kupari. Entire rookie fourth line, rather. And then Reimer and Rubin, Krug York, Theodor Brandstrom. I don't want Krug and York together. Krug and Theodore, and then York with Miller, Brandstrom, and Wu. Yeah, I guess that's going to have to do for right now. Because, I mean, basically half our team's already injured. Game against the Bruins, let's see. That's going to be a 4-2 loss. First regulation loss of the season. Goals by Lapalainen and Kupari. But then Marchand, Pasternak, Frederick, and Bach with the goals for the Boston Bruins. For that's their first win of the season. Teemu Pokinen resumes practice. Good to know. Someone's back at least. It looks like actually Joe Veleno might be back as well. Yeah, Joe Veleno's back. So Blomqvist has 6 average rating in his first game. I'm going to put Veleno in. I'm going to put Pokinen in. How'd Kupari do? 8. Has Kusera done recently? 7. Trelor, 675. Yeah, I'm definitely going to send out Blomqvist. Now, how about all the other guys here? Yeah, Trelor, I mean, he hasn't been doing too bad. But as of recently, he's struggled. So I'll take Trelor out for right now. How close is 4 is still not too close. So we'll just go best lines here once again. Panarin, Veleno, Smith, Reiko, Lazaro, Thompson, Larson, Svetlov, Teemu, and then Kusera, Lapalainen, Kupari, sure, whatever. As long as... I mean, we're going to have to redo the lines again once everyone is officially back, but whatever. We'll just go with the assistant coach for right now. Yep, Veleno resumes practice, we've seen. Game against the Lightning. They're looking for their first win of the season. Let's see. There you go. That is a 3-1 win against them. Teemu, Veleno, and then Reiko with the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights in a 3-1 win over the Lightning, who are currently 0-5. Career milestone for Veleno. His point against the Lightning has taken him to a career milestone of 300 NHL points. Very nice. And that's in his 5th season, I believe, as well. So, what is that? 300 points in how many games? Like 200 and something? Yeah, 300 and 306. He's been a very solid player for your Vegas Golden Knights. That's an understatement. Game against the Maple Leafs. 5-2 victory. Panarin, Kusera, Thompson, Riley Smith, and Teemu Pokinen with the goals against the Maple Leafs for a 5-2 win there. And we are rolling for the most part. Forrest resumes like practice. All right, I'm not going to put him back in until he is fully healed. As per the injuries in this game are ridiculous, so we're not going to take a chance on him getting re-injured. And Larson is back, so we'll take him off the IR, and we will put him in, and we'll take out Jet Wu. So, best lines once again. Jeez. So, York back down here with Theodore. So, the defense is all better, once again. And I believe for forwards, we are still waiting on, Carl Force. He should be back within a week, though. Game against the Predators. And we have a 5-1 loss against them. Reiko with the goal for us, but other than that, they kind of dominated that game. Career milestone for Larson, now more than 500 minutes in the penalty box in the NHL. Quite an odd milestone to advertise there, but good job, I guess. Game against the Jets, they're not looking too hot. 1-6-2 to start the season. Are the Winnipeg Jets, and we pull off a 5-3 victory. Panarin, Smith, Teemu Pokinen, Veleno, and Kupari with the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights. And that'll put the Jets at 1-7-2. Pretty miserable start for them. As a career milestone, a lot of career milestones here. Artemi Panarin has 2 assists, putting him past 300 in his NHL career. Game against the Blackhawks, I would imagine there's someone who we could be competing with for a playoff spot, so let's get this win. There you go, 4-3 victory over Artemi Panarin's former team. Goals by Larson, Svetlov, and Reiko Polkinen twice. That is what you like to see. And Forrest resumes practice, so we are back to full health. And we're going to have to send someone down here. So Kusera has actually been very solid so far in this regular season. 7-11 average rating, 2 goals, no assists. The -1, but he's got the average rating, so I don't know if I want to send him down. And Kupari has actually been pretty solid as well. 7 average rating, 6 games played, 3 points. So I think I'll send Trelaw down for right now. And then we're going to have to scratch someone here. I mean, all of our forwards have been doing relatively well. It's just that, you know, we have to kind of get one of our top scorers in there. So we are going to take out, not Lapalainen. It's got to be Kupari or Kusera. I'm going to say Kupari just because he has the slightly lower average rating, but both of them have been very impressive so far. So we'll keep them on the roster, and now let's put the lines back to the way they were here. So Fours, Lazar right there, Larson up here, Thompson, I believe, stayed on the 4th line, Lapalainen over here, and then Svetlov up here. Man, this messes up the lines so much. Kusera in the middle, and then Krug with Larson, York with Theodore, Brandstrom with Miller, Reimer and Rubin. How many games has Reimer played in a row now? Yeah, he's played quite a bit. We'll get Rubin in there for his season debut. And that'll be it. Okay. So, yeah, we have one more game this month against the Islanders. And then I guess we'll check out the stats. And we might go, yeah, we'll go one more month after this. We're not too far into it. All right, game against the Islanders. And that'll be a 5-2 loss. Goes by Lazaro and Reiko Polkinen, but nothing after that as the Islanders dominated the majority of that game. So we'll give Rubin one more game, and we'll see how he does at the start of this month. And if he can't hold his own, then we're definitely putting Reimer back in. Player of the month, Jamie Benn. Rookie of the month, Bill Locke of the Rangers. Offensive player of the month, Jamie Benn. And defensive player of the month, Erik Karlsson. Game against the Rangers. That'll be a 5-4 loss. So yeah, definitely have to put Reimer back in there. 2 goals by Larson, and then a goal by Veleno, and a goal by Lapalainen. But it was not enough against the New York Rangers, who are currently 4-6-3. So not a good loss there. We are definitely going to be getting Rhyme Time back in there. There you go. No, don't cancel. Confirm. Okay, so game against, I believe I saw the Lightning. Yep, game against the Lightning. Here we go. That's going to be a 4-1 win. There you go. Svetlov, Krug, Reiko Polkinen, and Smith. Game against the Panthers. They're currently in first, and we beat them 5-3. Goals by Reiko Polkinen, Panarin, Smith, Fours, and Fours once again for the empty netter. Those are his first 2 goals on the season, and in 4 games, he has 5 points, so he is off to a very hot start. Brandstrom has been injured for 10 days with a twisted ankle. Oh my goodness, the injuries. We can't catch a break with these things, honestly. We really can't. I think we've gone maybe 2 games without any injuries so far this season. I mean, I know the season's still young, but I mean, we're already in November and not too many games where we've been completely healthy. Polkinen resumes practice, so I have him back in the lineup already. He had a minor injury that the game took him out for, but I put him back in, so it wasn't too much of a problem. Game against the Senators, they're in second, and they beat us 4-3. Goals by Lazaro, Smith, and Larson, Adam Larson, but it was not enough to beat the first place Senators now, who are 10-5-1. How do you like that, Ottawa? Well, I mean, you still have Erik Karlsson in this world, so that would kind of explain it. Career milestone for Larson, Stefan Larson, 100th NHL game against the Senators. Game against the Red Wings, 5-4 victory. Lapalainen, Thompson, Smith. Lapalainen again and Smith again for a 5-4 victory over the Detroit Red Wings, who are 6-11. Adam Larson suffers an injury for 10 days with anterior knee pain. What is going on here in Vegas? All right, here we go. Actually, we have to replace Larson now. And Brandstrom. So Wu and Harris get in. I'm not doing best lines for that. None of our forwards are injured. So I'll put Harris here. And then Wu here. Theodore there. Miller there. I guess Wu will be on the right since he can only play right D. And then as far as penalty kill goes, let's see, Krug, Theodore, York. Miller's going to have to go there as well. Yeah, basically our top 4 defensemen are playing all special teams at this point because I don't trust Harris and Wu enough to play either power play or penalty kill. No way. So here we go. Game against the Blues. And we win it 6-4. Very nice. Goals by Lazaro, Teemu Pukkanen, Riley Smith again, and then Artemi Panarin twice as well. He had an empty netter in there as well. And Erik Brandstrom is back, so let's get him back in. We'll take Harris out. Brandstrom back in. There you go. Can't wait for Larson to get back as well, because we do need him, although he's struggling a little bit so far this year. Game against the Oilers, we win it 6-2. Larson, Theodore, Lapalainen, Teemu Pukkanen, Svetlov, and Veleno with the goals. 6-2 victory against the Edmonton Oilers, who are still below 500. Game against the Canucks, we win it 3-2. Larson, Brandstrom, and Forsberg with the goals on the Vancouver Canucks to make us 12-5-1 so far in this season. Game against the Kings, we win it 3-2 in the shootout. 2 goals by Veleno. And then Veleno as well with the goal in the shootout. A partial hat trick if you count the shootout goal there. So Teemu Pukkanen out a few days with a twisted ankle. So we're going to have to get Kupari back in. And then for some reason we only have 5 defensemen dressed. So we're going to have to get... well, actually, Larson is back. So we can put him back in. Game against the Ducks. And that is going to be a 6-3 loss. Goals by Forsberg, Larson, and Larson once again. But nothing doing against the 12th place Ducks. And we are now 5th in our conference. Forsberg reaches career milestone. 100th career NHL point. Actually, let's see. How many games has he played in the NHL? 168. 101 points. Not too shabby. Game against the Sharks. They're first place. And we beat them 8-2. That's what you like to see. Larson, Panarin once again, Lapalainen, Kupari, Svetlov, Reichel Pukkanen, and Veleno with the goals to put the San Jose Sharks to rest. And that is a solid victory for your Vegas Golden Knights against the first place team in our conference. Give us a confidence booster right there. And game against the Coyotes, we lose 4-3. Svetlov, Reichel Pukkanen, and Smith with the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights, but nonetheless couldn't beat the Arizona Coyotes. Okay, so Teemu Pukkanen is back, and actually Andre Kucera has not been playing very well as of recent. 655 average rating. He's kind of gone down here. He's played 22 games and only still 2 goals. And I believe he got those first 2 goals within the first 4 games he played. So back to Chicago you go. And then in terms of goaltenders, how many games has Reimer? Yeah, Reimer's really carrying this team on his back in terms of the amount of games he's playing. For a starting goaltender, I feel like he'll have probably at least 70 games played by the end of the season. So we do need a 4th line center to get in there. But I believe that was actually, yeah, that was Kucera. So we're going to put Kupari there. And then ask coach. There we go. And game against the Avalanche, last game of the month. Here we go. That is going to be a 6-1 victory. Goals by Riley Smith, Reichel Pukkanen, Alan Lazaro, Shea Theodore, Riley Smith, and Cam York. And you know what I just realized I forgot to do was send out the scouts. So I'm going to do that right now before we lose out on any more information on these prospects. Alright, that is more like it. Let's get to December 1st before we check out the stats. There we go. So the player of the month, Sidney Crosby, Rookie of the Month, Cody Porter. Offensive Player of the Month, Sidney Crosby, and Defensive Player of the Month, Rasmus Ristolainen. So now let's check out all the stats. We'll start with goaltenders. So James Reimer, .899 save percentage, 1 shutout, .730 average rating, .274 goals against average in 20 games played, 14 wins, 5 losses, and 1, overtime and shootout loss, but the game says tied. And then Ruben, 3 games played, 1 win, 2 losses, .878 save percentage. Defensively, let's see, points, Shea Theodore leads the way with 17, then Cam York with 15, Colin Miller with 14, Torrey Krug only with 8 so far, Eric Brandstrom with 5, Adam Larson with 5, and then Harris with nothing in 1 game, and Wu with nothing in 9. Plus minus, York has the highest with a plus 22. Shots on goal, Krug has the most with 64, and he's in the bottom 3 for points, oddly enough, out of the main top 6 defensemen we have. Interesting. And then average rating, Shea Theodore, 770. That is insane for him. And then Cam York, 739. Krug, 726. Miller, 722. So he's having a rebound season for sure. He had a 684, 694, but this year, 722 for him. 710 for Brandstrom, and a 685 for Larson. And then Wu and Harris down there at 633 and 6, respectively. Forwards, Svetlov with 27 points on the third line. The third line is just insane. And then Riley Smith, 24, Panarin, 22, Foligno, 20, Lapalainen, 19, so again, third line. Reiko Polkinen with 18, Stefan Larson with 16, second line, and then Lazaro with 14, again, third line. They're doing very well. And then Carl Forss, 11 and 14, so he's on a good pace for sure, because he missed the first 9 games of the season with an injury. And then Aiden Thompson, 9 and 23, not on the same pace he was on last year for sure. Teemu Pulkkinen, 6 and 15, and then Kupari with 4 and 10. Plus minus, plus 17 for Alan Lazaro, minus 3 for Teemu Pulkkinen. Let's see, goals. Reiko and Riley Smith are tied for first with 13 goals. And then assists, Svetlov with 20. Shots on goal, Riley Smith with the most, 84. Then Panarin with 68. Shooting percentage with over 20 shots. Reiko Polkinen with a 21.7. And average rating, Riley Smith 783. Svetlov 770. Lapalainen 765. Panarin 765. Stefan Larson 761. Reiko Polkinen 752. Joe Veleno 741. Alan Lazaro 726. Carl Forss, 721. Aiden Thompson, 713. Rasmus Kupari, 690. And Teemu Pulkkinen with a 680. 680 average rating is impossible to recover from. So we'll see how he does. We'll keep an eye on him for sure. And then Chicago. Dwayne Kindry with 21 points. Landstrom with 19. Soderlund with 19. Harrington with 14, Suzuki with 14, Bishop and Blomqvist with 12, Caulfield with 6, Martin and Trelaw with 4, Popovich with 2, everyone else with nothing. Average ratings, let's see who's above a 7, Soderlund, Blomqvist, Landstrom, Bishop, Caulfield, Kendry, Kucera, Moore, and Trelaw, all a 7 or above. That's for forwards. Defensemen, let's see, Stephenson with 14 points, Vershay with 13, Novak with 9, and Semenov with 5. And average ratings, the only one who is above a 7 is Martin Stephenson with a 713. Now let's see, Garrison, 650 average rating, 2 assists. But let's see, save percentage, 894. Let's see, current rating, 2-star. Who's been scouting the AHL? Is it Gendron? Notes and stats. Is that recent? No, that's not recent. That isn't a recent scouting report. So I want someone dedicated to scout Gerton here. The thing is, though, he's kind of struggling at the AHL level, so I wouldn't be opposed to sending him back to Red Deer for one more year. Yeah, I'm going to send Gerton back to Red Deer. I'm not taking any chances with him. So Camero can be the starter there in Chicago for right now. And there you go. There is the first 2 months of the season. A pretty interesting season so far. We've seen a lot of ups, a couple downs, but for the most part, we're still right in there in the contention. We're not as good as we could be. Granted, as we've been years past, we were usually first for the majority of the year. This year, we're about a quarter of the way through, and we are in fourth with 31 points, so still not in a bad spot for sure. But let's check out the team stats just to see how... I'm mainly concerned with how our power play and penalty kill are doing. Power play, 21st, 18.6, could be doing better. And let's see, penalty kill... Yeah, that's brutal. 69.2. You don't like to see it. So, let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions for the penalty kill, power play? What can we do to improve? Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one.